that way I have something to fall back on when I forget something. This is called Business Foundations. Sharon, I think you were on it. Rich Fino taught the class. He had some great spreadsheets I want to share with everybody.
Okay.
And there is a PowerPoint / PDF slideshow thing. I'm not going to go over it completely because he does it better than I ever could. If he ever teaches this class again, I think everybody should participate in it. It was really good. Jason had a Sherry Johnson come a couple months ago, and she talked about her gold mine pipeline, which that spreadsheet is kind of similar to these other spreadsheets that I'm going to show. It's a way for you to keep track of your business and to know where it's coming from and where you want to be and where you were over the last couple of years. It's usually a 3 to 5 year time frame. You can do as many years as you want if you want to do all of your lifetime. For those with shorter lifetimes in real estate, it's easier to figure out than those who've been in the business a long real estate life. And before all of this, I just want to tell you, there's a contest. Long & Foster Hampton Roads is having a contest for the office who gets the most likes on the Hampton Roads page. So I've shared the link in the chat, but I'm also going to send it in an email. Jason's looking all weird because he wasn't on that call yesterday, but I know about it. So everybody needs to go like the Long & Foster Hampton Roads Facebook page. And if we win, which would be great, the manager and the staff get a prize. So really it's me and Jason. So I need y'all to go like all this stuff.
So are they tracking, what are they tracking? They're tracking how many office agents like the page? Like the page,
yep.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, and they have the list of everybody so they can pull up the names to see who's participated in the liking of the Hampton Roads page. I've got the link to the page, so I'll share that when I share the rest of this email later.
Okay, cool.
And so what's it called again? Hampton Roads? Long & Foster Hampton Roads?
It's in the chat.
It's Long Foster Real Estate Hampton Roads. It's really ridiculously long.
But she'll send it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share my wall with you guys.
Okay.
Now you can see my Facebook page. There we go. Not where we're starting. So the first thing I want to talk about is, can y'all see this?
Not yet.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. This is the agent website must-haves.
Yes.
We were given a different one yesterday, which I will share as well. I didn't save it yet, so I don't have it up here. But it's, and actually Karen Price might have sent it to everybody. It's the access to the, oh snap, maybe I did put it up here. No, maybe I didn't. I didn't put it up here, but it's the weekly links to the webinars that we've been doing. So this Business Foundation one would actually be visible to everybody with regards to what Rich Fino talked about. Again, he's way better at it than I am. Make sure your website's up to date. You have new photos if you've taken a new photo. Your phone number, that's where the text messages and the e-referrals come from. They come straight from your website to you rather than through the office, as long as that phone number is updated. This right here is the slideshow. I keep making this super big and I can't see anybody. I'm still learning how to do this. Really bad process. All right, now I can see you guys. All right, so he talks about how a business foundation is what you need to keep your business going. He says there are 4 parts to a solid business foundation: a clean and complete database, a detailed transaction history, a structured financial report, and informative market share data, which I have some spreadsheets down here, which we'll open in a little bit. that give you all of these items. You can do the database. You can use any program you want. They suggest Moxie because it's a long foster program, and it's free, and you can put everybody there. Your transaction history, that's where you can pick 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Figure out how far back you want to figure out your transaction history to see where you can, what you need to do better on. And then your financial report, it kind of helps. They talked about, Jason, what is it you use? QuickBooks, right?
Yep.
QuickBooks,
Yep.
because you can scan right away and it automatically puts it into your program, and you have all that information readily available. And then your market share data, which is something you guys should keep track of, is how often you use Long and Foster Insurance, Long and Foster Prosperity, Title, all of those items, to know what you need to do or can do better to get a bigger market share to promote that information to your potential clients. Again, there we go. And market share, the other thing they talk about is what's going on in the neighborhoods that you pick. So if you're going to farm a specific neighborhood, you need to really keep up with that information. And there are spreadsheets you can use, or just keep getting those notifications yourself. Create a range search in a neighborhood to help you. I think I just broke something in my house. To help you keep up with whatever neighborhood it is you're farming. Let's see. Oh, how about this? All of you guys right here, rate your current business from 1, you haven't thought about it, to 10, you're doing the best ever. Anybody?
6.
6?
6.
7.
5.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to play.
You don't want to play? There's a lot going on in life. No, and actually when he was talking, that's actually what most people said, right in the middle. It's not something that, you know, people really work on because you're working on other things, like trying to get clients and all that. But you don't think that, you're not always thinking about how these things help you get those clients in that business. Moxie, again, like I said, I'm not going to go through all this because that's not how I'm going to help you. But this is a spreadsheet that he has. Moxie's a whole nother topic. Your transaction history, you can actually pull up one of the agent productivity reports, and you can break it down by month over however you do it, or whichever years you pick. You can do it monthly. He also has one where you do it yearly. Again, that's a spreadsheet I'll show you guys in a minute. And where does your business come from? That's what he talks about in the class as well. And it's something you put in a different spreadsheet. I know I keep talking spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are awesome. And it also he also talks about your pricing, like what your sales prices, what are they? Are you stuck in a certain price range? Do you want to go higher in a price range? You have to figure out how you want to grow those things. These financial reports, again, like I said, once you start typing them in and filling the information, it will auto-populate some of these pages for you, and you don't have to really do much to figure it out. So he broke us out in groups, which I'm not going to do. There's only like 6 of us on the call. But what are financial numbers do you currently track in your business? Jason, I know, tracks all of his marketing stuff. Everything that he buys for the office, any boosting in Facebook, those are all things that you guys should track monetarily. So what are some other things that you guys track financially?
Mileage for your car, gas, mileage.
How often do you collect those numbers?
At the end of the year. I use the Mile IQ app, and I just wait till the end of the year and print it off.
You use the Mile IQ app, which means it's
Yes.
actually doing it for you.
Yeah.
Again, how do you use the information once it's collected? How do you figure it out? Do you travel too much? Is there a certain neighborhood you go to? Those are the things that where is most of your money going? Does it go to Facebook ads? That's the word I was looking for earlier, Jason. Your Facebook ads, is it for boosting a post? Is it mailers? Soren, I don't think he's on the call, but he sends out postcards. You know, that's a financial number that he should track, is how much business is he getting from the neighborhoods that he farms at? These are the categories they talk about. Your GCI versus your cost of sale, which is, of course, all of those things we just talked about. And the cost of sale is how much money it costs to sell that house. Your expenses in general, because you can't necessarily say you spent this much money on this specific house because you don't actually know. And that's what I just said. Again, another spreadsheet I'll give you guys, but target numbers versus your actual numbers. So what exactly are you looking to do in GCI for the year versus what you currently have? And you can figure out all of those items and come up with a plan to either save money or build from that. This was a stat that he pulled up. The average sales price in 2017 was higher than it was in 2018. And it was 11% more than 2016. So, I mean, this is just one way to figure out from RAIN. You should be able to pull these stats up in RAIN, what the sales price was versus each year. How do you want to market? You know, are you going geographic, demographic? Here's your data, an action plan. So this isn't a spreadsheet, but so your database, have you started on it? Have you considered it? Where are you? Are you almost complete? Same thing with the rest of the items. What do you do for your business? Where are you at in these aspects? Anybody?
What are you asking?
So like your database, have you started on it?
Oh, yes,
Is
I
it
have
fully
one.
completed?
Never.
Never. Should it be fully
No, because
completed?
you always have, but no, you always add to it.
Right. It'll never be fully complete.
Right.
Your transaction history. Again, I have a spreadsheet I'm going to show you guys, but do you have that fully complete? Do you know all of your transactions that you've ever done?
Yes, I do.
You do. You've been in the business a hot minute.
Well, I have a 3-ring binder.
Yep.
And so at the end of every year, when there's an OSC, you know, or a spreadsheet, I mean, I haven't done it that way the last couple of years, but I used to take care of my own OSC awards. So that's what I would print, and that's what I would put in a file, and I would keep in my 3-ring binder. So I have basically an Excel spreadsheet of all of my past clients divided by years.
All right.
So I can go to, if anybody calls me and, you know, and they were a buyer from, you know, 2014, I go to my spreadsheet and I say, oh yeah, this is the house they bought, because you can't remember that stuff.
Right. But
So,
you have
yeah.
something.
Yes.
Which is better than some people. Some people don't even have that. They rely on our agent statements. If they've been with Long and Foster, you have your agent statements.
Yeah.
They're all in there.
And I print that too. So I have I have two sources.
Right.
Yep.
Know your options. So what he talks about in this slide, which none of you guys are leaving me anytime soon, so we're not going to talk about this, but this is selling your business. So say you want to get out of the business in 3 years, you want to start planning that now, because you want to be able to give your clients over to somebody, and you don't just want to leave them out in the wind. And then the other thing he talked about was building a team, and I hope none of you want to do that because that's a pain. I love you guys, but teams are rough. They're rough. But we can do it. Again, like I said, selling your business, you need to, there is I'm not exactly sure what it's called off the top of my head, but Rich Fino does have a process for selling your business when the time comes.
Right.
Building a team, again, it's a lot of work. There's lots of work to building a team. Who's going to do what? How are they getting paid? Who gets the recognition? How is it going to work? That's just the background. That's not even the marketing side of it and all of the other stuff. Putting it all together. So you create actions, and how are you going to get there? And when are you going to get there? It's kind of like a goal. So your goal is to sell 12 houses. What do you need to do to complete this step? Who's going to help you complete this step? And when do you want to complete this step? So this is selling your business. Oh, leverage. That's what he calls it.
Yep.
Leveraging your business. It took me a minute.
Yeah, it's a class. It's a class
okay.
all in itself.
The succession planning. Oh yeah, and Rich Fino is great at this. I did watch a little bit of that class. There's also a team building, which is, again, I was half on that class, but he does a great job teaching that. So that was the slideshow. Again, I'll send this to everybody. This is from Sherry Johnson. Again, we've all seen these. She sends them out if you join her group. I guess that's what I'll call it. How many your goals, what you actually do, and any notes you take. This is your weekly and monthly action plan. So these are weekly, and there's your monthly, and you can even do quarterly. This is her gold mine pipeline. I actually have this in a spreadsheet, which is easier to type into. Where did you get these clients? You know, keeping track of these, your buyer clients, your listings. What current listings do you have? When are you going to get them? And any closing clients you have, which are those pendings that we have. Again, this isn't a spreadsheet and easier to type because this is a PDF. And then she has her levels that she talks about, which again, what is it you need to know? Like how many do you currently have and what's the volume? And it gives you your perspective on how hard do you need to work for your business. And then this was her conversion process. It starts with your past clients, you get leads, you get new clients, you write contracts, you have a closing, you get your money, and then it starts all over again. Whether it be word of mouth, testimonials, your ads, how are you getting your clients? That's where most of this comes, is your past clients. But again, I'll send all of this out again so that everybody has it. I'm going to go to her gold mine pipeline spreadsheet. Can y'all see that?
Yes.
Okay. This, ooh, dang, I did it again. There we go. So this is the one that I just showed you, the PDF document, and it is on different spreadsheets. So these are the instructions. She gives you the instructions on what to do. And then there's, you just type into here, and all the information will auto-populate in certain spots. So your potential volume, and I'm not sure what that 6.275 is, I think that's the commission. So you would have to, I think that it's just an average she picked. And then your A-level business, and then your ABC level business. And it breaks it down for you based on what you type in these boxes. Now, this is the sample one from the Rich Fino. So you type your name and you figure out what years you want to pull up. So how many closed units and listings did you have? How many buyer sides did you have? And it will actually put it in a graph so you can see. Let me edit this so that you can see. So if I put, say I did 56 and this was 68, it automatically switches it on the graph to the right. And you can put them all in here. You can list them individually. And if you notice, I know this is going to sound really strange, but this actually looks just like the spreadsheets that I can pull up, which I know you guys should be able to, of all of the cases you've ever done from the productivity report. And you can pull them up for each year that you want to go back to. And it breaks it down for you and creates a spreadsheet, a little pie chart as well. Let's see. There's an accounting sheet. There we go. Woo-hoo, too good. So this is an accounting sheet. This talks about how much income you've had come in for listings, sales, leases, any referrals, which those could be listings or buyer sides. If you've got a team, that top portion counts. But there's so many parts to his spreadsheet. You can break it down annually, monthly, by month, and then it gives it to you annually. So that's one option for keeping track of your. Here's the transaction summary. So what he does with this is all your closed transactions, you would put in how many you had. So if you had 12 listings and 11 sales, and it again puts it in your little sheet here, but you can also handwrite it or type it or pull it from there to pull it up itself, and then you don't have to necessarily type it in here. And it gives you dollar amounts based on what's on those other spreadsheets. Let's see, the last thing, oh, I did that one, is the detail sheet. Again, breaks it down for you monthly, and it handles it all for you. You don't have to do anything. And then it tells you where your leads came from. I know I just touched the screen like y'all could see me circling that pie chart in the middle, but that is, it summarizes it for you based on what you put in these spreadsheets. Being that we're only, in May, you only have 4 months to fill in since May is right around the corner. It should be super easy to fill in the blanks to come up with what you're going to do for the end of the year. And while I'm on the subject of stuff to do, I shared on Facebook today the Long and Foster, the latest smart move, social media post, why you should choose Long and Foster, because we have a 98% customer satisfaction. Just so you guys know, all of these hashtags that I use, they're the same hashtags I use for everything. Every post I post has these hashtags, and we've actually increased our Instagram likes because of them. I've got people from Baltimore. There was a New Jersey Long and Foster office that saw my post and liked it on Instagram, not Facebook, Instagram. If you don't have Instagram, you might want to start. People are heading more towards that. And I just realized my last hashtag is spelled wrong. Kill me. I don't even know what that means. But just know that anytime I share something on Facebook or Instagram, go and share those. As you can see from Evelyn's post here that I did, she got, I reached 132 people just with this one post. If you like all of the things that people post on your wall, that gets you more visual everywhere. As like 116, 389. Adrian shared hers on her wall. 2 other people shared it. The more people who share the post, the farther it goes. Just know that that's how you're going to get your visuals and more likes and more people to see your stuff. And if you need help with it, just let me know. I'll thank you, Evelyn, for sharing my post. But that's pretty much it for me. I don't. Do you have any questions?
Can I just say that I absolutely love what's happened recently with our social media content and the things that you've been putting out, Stacia. I'm just tickled to death with. I think it looks fantastic.
I agree.
Thank you for doing that. I think it makes us look engaged. It makes us look professional and experienced and competent. And like we've got a social media guru on the payroll. So thank you very much for that.
I'm trying.
Also
I steal things from other people, so you know.
Well, I love it. So you just keep doing it. To summarize, I think what we've just seen or went through with the spreadsheets, you know, it's called business foundations. And I think that really, there's 2 key words, business and foundations. And, you know, if you want to, most of us get into this business and we just kind of wing it. You know, we go day to day, we sell where we can, we list where we can, we take the deals we can get. But if we would actually take the time to start treating it more like a business and tracking absolutely everything that can be tracked, then when the day comes that we've had enough and we want out and we're looking for an exit strategy, we would have a real, legitimate, financeable, purchasable, sellable business that you can take as a tangible asset and say, here is everything that's happened to my business the last 5 years, 6 years, 20 years, whatever it happens to be. This is where my business comes from. This is what I do to market myself. This is what I make. And now you've got something that somebody would be willing to pay for. And I think if that's what those spreadsheets are going to help you do, they're going to help you treat your business more like a business. And that's going to set you up for success in the future. So I think most of us just wing it. And tracking is difficult and it's time consuming. And until you get used to it or find the technology that you need to help through it, it's going to be a pain. But the long-term benefit of that is going to be a real blessing one day. So thank you for sharing that, Stacia.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And remember, go like the Hampton Roads Long and Foster page. They really want to win a contest. I like winning contests.
Yes, you guys, we won that contest.
Love winning contests.
That's so cool, man. So freaking happy about that. Golly, that's just so awesome.
Contest
So,
when I was in Norfolk, when TVs and computers. I love winning money for the office. You know, we have fun. We need to do that more often. Win contests.
yeah. Well, I'm just thrilled that we won that. And did you see those numbers? I mean, my gosh,
Yes.
the numbers were huge. So yeah.
That's saying a lot too. Williamsburg is a huge office.
Yeah. We smoked Williamsburg. Yep. So
Yay.
thank you
And
guys.
and honestly, Williamsburg usually wins everything. So with our little, our little handful of people here, because Williamsburg was, well, like 50 or 60,
Yeah.
we really did. We really did.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yep.
Can't wait till we see each other face to face.
Face to face. That's right.
But that's everything that I have. And like I said, I'll share the links for all the videos that they've done over the last, I don't know, 6 weeks. I feel like we've been here forever. But we just go and watch some of those. I mean, even if you kind of fast forward through some of it, because like I said, he puts us in breakout groups so we can talk with the like some others in the little groups, get other ideas, which I thought I took notes. I mean, I like him. He's got a really good method, especially if you're a new agent and you don't have a whole lot to start tracking. It gives you can start it now, which means when you do have a whole lot of business,
Right.
you'll be familiar with it and it'll be second nature to you. So that's kind of what I'm hoping you guys can start doing. And if you need help with anything, you need to find something, I have access to pretty much everything. So, and if I can't find it, I'll definitely, get the boss on it, because if I don't have access to it, he definitely should have access to it. So we can, between the two of us, get you the information that you're looking for. But I'll send out an email with this, of course, so that you have this also. And if you have any questions, just give me a shout. Oh, and we hired another new agent. His name is Dudley. Yay! He used to be with the Norfolk office. He left the Norfolk office right before Soren and Sandy got there. So he's been out of the business a little bit, but he's excited to get back into it. He lives in Chesapeake. So just when you do see him, just welcome him to the office. Yay.
Can you send out like a welcome email with a picture and something?
I need a new one from him. He's working on it.
Oh,
Everybody's
okay.
working on getting me new photos. Josh needs a haircut. I need one from Jason, the new guy. So we have 3 Jasons now. Thank you.
Oh, Jason Rollins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3
Wow.
Jasons.
Wow.
Company.
We really need a picture of everybody because we've got so many new people.
Well, actually, if you go to the office longandfoster.com page and you pull up the Suffolk office and go to agents, you'll actually see everybody's face who I have a photo for. Right now, there should only be 3 missing. That would be Jason, the third, Dudley, unless they've pulled his old photo, and Laura, which I've never gotten a photo from her. So those are the only 3 that I'm fully aware of that are missing photos. But everybody else should have one up there, and you can pull it up and see everybody's pretty faces.
Well, I'm never doing a new photo, just FYI.
You don't look like you've changed.
I like mine, and 10 years from now, I want to look just like that.
Well,
It's a nice picture.
the problem is
Thank you.
with Josh is when I use Josh's photo, it goes blurry because he gave me a tiny photo, so I need a larger size photo. When you get photos, I need like the highest resolution and the biggest photo. I can shrink them, but I can't make them bigger because it makes them blurry.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm waiting on Josh to get a haircut.
Yeah. Okay.
But other than that, like I said, just go to the Long and Foster Suffolk company page, and you'll see everybody's face there. I tried to do it on Facebook, but it's too complicated to try and keep that update. That album updated, because people come and go, sometimes too much. So I can't like keep up with that.
Who manages the Long and Foster Real Estate Hampton Roads?
Her name is Rachel Hale. She's in Richmond.
Oh, okay.
She's the regional marketing. Oh God, what did she call herself yesterday?
Okay, that's all right. I already did it. I just invited some other
Regional
people.
administrator and marketing coordinator.
Right.
What she is.
Okay.
She, if you've ever seen her, she's the little, I think she has blonde hair, it may be brunette, but she's always around Debbie Shoby.
Okay.
Wherever Debbie Shoby is, Rachel's close by. So they're
Right on.
they're our Richmond, but she handles that, and it could be Karen Price too. I don't even know.
Okay.
But I do have one question for you, Sharon. How's Zoom with your launch classes?
Okay, my Zoom class